Turning the pages on the history of the Alice, here's Legendary Territorians by Reg Harris.
Well, let's take you back to 1954 in Alice Springs, where the town had just one doctor, Bert Welton, an English immigrant, known for being a great doctor and quite the character. Late in the year, Reg's wife Marge thought she might be pregnant, so off she went to see Dr. Welton for the usual tests. Now back then, the only test they had was a little bit unconventional. Bert would take a sample from the lady and inject it into a live toad. Yes, that's right, a live toad. The toad's reaction would determine if she was pregnant. So, Marge does the test and Bert tells her to call the next day for the results. But when she rings, Bert's response is, well, pretty memorable to say the least. He goes on to tell Marge there's no result because you killed the bloody toad and that was the last one. Apparently the poor toad had keeled over after being injected. From there, it took a few days before Bert could get a replacement toad, and sure enough, a second test confirmed Marge was indeed pregnant. That was the start of a journey that led to the birth of their son, Roger. Now, Marge, being a little bit ahead of the times, had brought a book on natural childbirth by Dr. Grantley Dick Reed and studied it religiously. Bert, of course, was in his usual form, telling Marge to bear down, but Marge, being the patient she was, argued, "The book says this isn't the time," to which Bert shot back, "To hell with Dr. Reed! He doesn't have to catch a plane to Darwin at 1:30 a.m. I do!" Now, Marge wasn't budging, and the situation got a little tricky. One of the nurses had to ring Reg up, asking if he could somehow delay Bert's flight for half an hour. He called up a few of his mates who worked with Trans-Australian Airways, good old former TAA. They slowly started loading up the plane, and it wasn't quite enough. One of the pilots came out asking what was taking so long. The crew replied, "Our mate's wife is having a baby, and the only doctor in town needs to catch this flight, so he'll be about a half an hour late." The pilot simply nodded and said, "No worries, just should have told me sooner." And the crew, they just leaned back, took another drag of their cigarettes, and waited. Fast forward, at 1:30 a.m, Roger made his appearance into the world, and Dr. Bert Welton made his delayed flight at 2 a.m. It certainly was a night to remember, full of unexpected moments and memories, and a bit of humour. But most importantly, it brought Reg's son into the world.
Join us next time for more stories and Legendary Territorians by Reg Harris.